And that brings me to my next topic about what you want me to do. Being a legislator is difficult for this reason. You represent a very big district. We have all the people in District 50. And of course, to remind you, District 50 runs from El Dorado in the north, where I live, down through Santa Fe County, through Lamy and Galisteo, through Stanley, comes in here right at Moriarty, and I have the western half of Moriarty on the west side of 41. We run down 41. We take a big swoop to the west because we don't have Estancia in our district. So I always treat Estancia as if it is in my district because it's in the county, and it's difficult to make that division, so I just consider all of Torrance County as part of my district, even though technically that's not true. But technically my district does not include Estancia, it does not include Willard, but it swings out to the west, swings over, runs through Mountain Air, and runs from Mountain Air over to Valencia County. And I got two of my friends from Valencia County here on the front row from the Rio communities, and we have the Rio communities over there and a little bit more in Valencia County. Have 4 precincts in Valencia County. And I have one lonely precinct in Bernalillo County, which is kind of sad. It has 100 voters in it. You know, so it's just, there's not much there. 100 voters in that one precinct in Bernalillo County. So it's a big district. It's geographically large. As you all know, in Torrance County here, there are literally more cows than people who live in Torrance County. I got a fact sheet the other day, someone printed out for all my counties in my district, and it showed definitively there are, by a long shot, more cows in Torrance County than there are people. And I believe that's Art's fault, as far as I can tell. You know, that he's supposedly responsible for that. So it's a very big district, but I try to look at the district as all of Torrance County, because really it's hard to divide everybody up in here, whether you're in the eastern part or the western part. Today, we were supposed to have some more people here. Tomas Salazar, who actually does have the western part of Torrance County, in District 70, was supposed to be here, but he is a member of the House Appropriations and Finance Committee, and they decided to meet today. The reason being they have a lot of work to do and they just can't get through it all. They don't meet on Saturday, and pretty soon they'll be meeting on Sundays as well. So they're meeting today, and so he's stuck in Santa Fe and he can't get down here for that. And then I had invited Phil Priego to be here, and he said he would come. Then he's indicated he couldn't come, but he would send his Chief of Staff, Rick Carlisle, and Rick has not shown up so far, so I don't think Rick's coming. And I also invited Sue Wilson-Befford to come because she has a little bit of our county here. But she also had a conflict in scheduling. She is going to have her own town hall in the East Mountain area coming up probably just after the session ends, and I will be participating in that, and you're all invited to come to that one as well. So if you want to talk to her, that's the place you should be planning on going, and we'll advertise that, you know, later when we know the exact date. So it looks like it's just me today to answer your questions, and I will do the best I can to answer your questions, given that I'm new, so I don't know everything about everything, certainly, there, but I've learned a lot, and I will try to answer as well as I can. And some things, if I don't know them, we can try to find out what those things are and get back to you, and what we need to know. But back on the topic of it being hard to be a legislature later, the reason is this, that there are, in a 60-day session like we have right now, there will probably be 2,000 bills that are introduced. And only a really small fraction of those bills will get passed by the House and the Senate and go to the governor. And even a smaller fraction of those bills will actually be signed by the governor. Now you can make a good case that that's a good thing. That, you know, the fewer bills the legislature passes, the better off we all are. So I think you can make that argument. But in any case, of the 2,000 or so bills that get dropped, introduced, very, very small number will become law by the middle of the year this year. Whether any of the ones I've dropped will become law, I have no idea. All I can do is try to get them passed the best I can. And if they don't, then try again next year and see if I can get them passed. That's what everybody does. Often it takes you multiple years. But you have to see a lot of bills, because a lot of bills come through. And so what you want to do is represent your constituency the best that you can. The question is, how do you represent your constituency? I could take any single topic that we're looking at in the legislature right now, and I could ask all of you to raise your hand about what's the best way to answer that question. Should we vote for that yes? Should we vote for that no? Should we amend that yes? Should we amend that no? If I did that, of the, I don't know, 50 people who are here, we would have 49 different answers. So which one do I go with? Who's my constituency here? You know, do I go with Art because Art wanted to do it that way? Do I go with George because she wanted to do it that way, or because Mary wanted to do it a different way? Which person do I believe? You know, which group do I go with? So what I try to do is listen to everybody as best I can, and then I have to make a judgment. And the judgment basically is filtered through my outlook on the world and what I think, and what you've all told me, and what we think we need to do, and I try to make the best judgment I can. And that's the only way I know how to operate to be able to do this. But no matter what I do, some of you are going to be disappointed, because some bill will come up, and you will go, I can't believe you voted yes on that bill. Or I can't believe you voted no on that bill, because you wanted to have it happen. Well, when it's your turn, run for the legislature, and then you get to decide and you get to choose, and you'll find the same problem that everybody else has, is that, you know, you can't vote for everybody. Every vote you take has to disappoint somebody. And we're not in the business of disappointing people, believe me, but it's just a true fact of life. We'll have to disappoint you. So what I'm trying to say is, I apologize in advance for disappointing you sometimes. I don't know what else to do, and I thank you for your support if you agreed with me. So that's a good thing. And I will continue to do that. If you know of a better system to operate under, let me know. I believe Leanne and Leroy could confirm that it works the same way at the county level, that they have to make hard choices on difficult topics, and they have different points of view that want them to do different things. And then in the end, that's what they got elected for, was to make tough choices. And then you do, and then some people are disappointed, and some people even are angry. You know, they get really angry about, you know, how you voted on something, and, you know, it is what it is. So I'll be doing that, and you're going to read my name in the paper associated with some bill or the other, no doubt, and you'll wonder why I voted that way. But now you know why I voted that way. I voted that way because I listened to as many people as I could, I thought it over, and then I tried to be as careful and thoughtful as I could be, and then choose which way I thought it needed to go.